ora koutou katoa, nau mai hara mai ki te ao kina kina, your sports show right here on your Tribal Pulse, te kore mako o Taranaki, 94.8 FM and 98.4 FM. Well, she comes from a sporting whānau. However, her sport of choice and passion is the sport of hockey. She has played locally, represented her province, as well as representing her culture at multiple levels, and continues to fly the flag for the great game of hockey. Nau mai hara mai, Erana Tamati, kia ora.
Tēnā tātou, tēnā koe, matua.
Oh, kia ora. Good to have you on the show. Looking forward to having a kōrero to you about the great game of hockey and your journey within the sport. But before we get started, ko wai koe, no he koe, a bit about yourself and where you're from.
Ka pai. Tēnā tātou, ko wai tēnei, ko Erana Tamati tōku ingoa. He uri ahau no Taranaki Tūturu, Taranaki Whānui, Ngāti Matu, Ngāti Atiawa, Taranaki Iwi, Ngāti Ruanui, ki te whānau apanui me ngai tahu anō hoki, ai I tupuake au ki ngā motu. Ai, tēnā tātou.
Kia ora, kia ora. Oh, awesome, Erana, awesome. Now, I know you've had a lot of, in your household, a lot of rugby league on the screen and following Papa around as a young kōtiro, but when you were younger, did you ever, obviously there's hockey, but did Dad ever get the ball in your hand? Did you play a bit of rugby league or other sports?
Do you know what's funny is that Pap had the league, the whutiporo, and then Mum was the hockey who brought Haupoi into our whānau. So she was the gun hockey player. So it sort of seemed to be with the wahine. There's lots of girls in my whānau, if you don't know. 6 girls, 1 boy. So there's more hockey players than league players. But if it was my dad's way, he would have given me the poro.
I'm sure he would have. Oh, that's awesome to hear. I thought Mum might have been a hockey player. So obviously it was through Mum that you engaged in hockey as a young kōtiro?
Right. Yeah, but just in general, hākina kina is something that's really prevalent in my whānau, like you said. So any sport we played would have been awesome, but yeah, Mum got the upper hand with us. So,
ka pai. Now, with Mum, having loving the sport of hockey too. Now I've heard, and you might be able to give us a little bit more context in it, but the sport of hockey is very well represented with our wahine, with our women. A lot of women in the sport of hockey. Is that right?
I think internationally, if we're thinking big level, with wahine, it's more common, but it's quite big in Aotearoa for tāne and wahine, men and women. But Māori players, same good spread at different tournaments for Māori players. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, I know my mum played hockey when she was younger, and I remember Mum talking about how tough the sport is now. I'm sure you're tough as, but I'd prefer to run the ball up in league than have some flying hockey sticks or balls go around. So what is it about the game? It's a tough sport, obviously.
Aye, yeah. Interesting story. I actually got hit in the eye with a hockey stick. That's how tough you have to be, or just be ready for that. We are sort of using weapons in a way. You can say they're a bit of a taiaha type of sport. So, I was actually hit in the eye with a hockey stick, and I had this big black eye, like bloodshot eye. And then the next day I just kept playing. I don't know why. You just carry on, and many poro, hit the body, hit the shins, everywhere, scrape knees. You got to be pretty mentally tough. There's no Hollywoods out there, I promise you.
100%, 100. Well, I'll leave that to you. I'll leave that sport to you. I'll stick with touch and footy. Now, I understand. As a youngster, I think you attended the prestigious Manukura. So how was that time for you as a young kōtiro in terms of a school that is really proud sporting school culturally as well? But did that help you with your development within the game, being down at Manukura?
Yes, and I'm glad you brought up the kura side. I actually probably dedicate most of my passion to te ao hākina kina to my kura. I kura ana au ki manukura, or when I was there, actually, it was called tuto, if you remember. So I'm an oldie, and I went there for 3 years, from year 11 to year 13, and I dedicate all my sporting to it because of the discipline. So there was a real focus with the kura going to school there that it was a sports school, but you really had to hold your academics high as much as your sport, but they went really well together. So we would train twice a day, we would eat really well, they'd have all the kai ready for us, our breakfast, our lunch. All of those things set us up so well for a foundation of discipline and conditioning, especially training so much. It made my sport much more elevated. It helped me get into the national teams, the rep teams that I made. Definitely, that could have set me up so well. So, fire vet and Matua Nathan for the mahi when I was there.
Oh, tautoko that. I got my youngest off the tipene with them,
Oh,
and
yes.
they do amazing. Yeah, they do amazing stuff for our rangatahi. And just wanted to mention that because I'm sure it played a big part in your journey as well. So now you play locally. Is it New Plymouth Old Boys? I think. What is it about the club and the local competition that you enjoy? Is the local competition quite strong here in Taranaki, or how many teams are there?
Off the top of my head, I think there is 6 teams locally. But I must say, I went to university, so went to different big cities. I was in Dunedin, and then I was in Auckland. So those bigger cities have much different level of hockey. So I moved back home last year from Auckland, which their level was much higher. We played against like Black Sticks in our club level. So if I was to compare it, club level is quite low. And then up there, they have different divisions going up. But in Taranaki, I play for Old Boys, and it's a really young team. So we have girls still in high school, which is good for us because they just run around all the defenders and they do all the mahi. I'm just an oldie with the experience, good tackling and stuff. But the hockey in Taranaki is good, keeps me fit. But the bigger cities have more opportunities for players. So if you're someone that really is wanting to level up, consider those things where you play. Yeah.
Ka pai. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, good to hear. Good to hear there's 6 teams here in Taranaki too. And that's awesome, man. Heaps of our young ones playing the sport. Now, I understand, have you represented Taranaki as well? And what's the experience like representing your province at a national level?
Aye. Last year, I played for Taranaki. Like I was saying, with the different levels. So I was in, there was the national hockey competition in Palmerston North last year. So I played for Taranaki. So much fun. Like I was saying, the club players or the teams, we sort of mixed into the team together as a regional team. It was heaps of fun. But we were in the tier 2. So the tier 1 were Black Sticks, like they were playing for Canterbury and Auckland and Manawatu. They were like actual Black Sticks players, but we were just the one below. But it was still a great opportunity to come together from our different clubs and spend time with each other, play together. And we just got out there. Can't say what position we came. I think it was 6th out of 10 or 8 or something. Yeah, so but really fun.
Awesome to see you wear the colours of Taranaki. Now, Māori hockey is quite big too. I see there's been some programs on Rakata Māori about it and stuff. So I've heard it's big across the country. I have an old photo of my great great grandmother representing Taranaki Māori wahine back in the early 1900s, which is pretty special. But what is it about Māori hockey? So that's quite unique and that you enjoy at the national Māori tournaments and stuff like that?
I think Māori hockey is definitely a space to watch out for. I think our talent, like our Māori hockey players, there's so much talent out there. And I really hand it to that tournament. That's a place to see our talented Māori players really thrive and stand out because of the opportunities that come from that. So when I was in Kura, I made New Zealand Māori team, and we went to Fiji. So that was an awesome opportunity, and now the competition has changed so much. It's leveled up. There's so many new teams to make. So actually, Heritage Tournament is coming, or is on now this week. So there's a Māori tournament team that comes out, and they build some really beautiful players together, and they're always acknowledged and recognised in the Black Six teams. And so the Māori hockey tournament, I think it's an amazing place for Māori players to really thrive and show what they're made of and stuff. So our team, our regional team, or rohe, should I say, is Taiuru. So it used to be Aotea. That might have been your koea, the koea's your koea's team that she played for, but now it's called Taiuru, and they're so much fun. So different. You get to celebrate who you are and your rohe, your whānau, and play hockey. Yeah.
That's so awesome to see so many of our Māori wahine and tāne in the sport of hockey and enjoying that and getting to represent their culture and the sport that they love. Now, that must have been really a special moment for you representing New Zealand Māori over in Fiji. Tell us a little bit about that trip.
Yeah, I think I was 17 at the time, a little while back, but it was amazing. I felt like on top of the world. It was an amazing experience. Me and my sister Hawaii, actually. We made the team together, and never been to Fiji. Oh, I'd been to Fiji, but played and to go over there. Hot as I think it was like 35 degrees. Like playing in that weather was crazy. But seeing different cultures and the different teams we played against Fiji and Samoa, and there was just the diversity of players. Yeah, it was a crazy experience. But now I think the different teams that come out, they go to Australia, they play like Queensland and stuff. So they were really fun.
Wow, awesome experience. I'm sure mum and dad and the whānau are very, very proud of you. So in terms of hockey, what's next for Erana? What's next on the agenda for hockey? You got some aspirations to get in the national team or what?
Yeah, I guess I am one of the older players now, but I still have my aspirations, my wawata. So this year my aim is to play again for Taranaki in the regional team because it was so much fun. But I'll play Māoris this year, which is in Auckland. Could aim for New Zealand Māoris again. I'll give it a go. But these young ones, man, they're so fast and they can hit it's so much faster, and they are flinging the balls. The goals are next level. Everyone can do 3D skills. It's the level. I need to get some fitness in.
I'm sure you'll be right. Hey, so for those listeners at home that might want to give hockey a go, or what's the best way for people to engage in the sport of hockey here locally in Taranaki?
Yeah, there is the Taranaki Hockey page or website. You can contact them if you're interested. If you're interested in club hockey, they're the different clubs that you might be affiliated with. There'll be Stratford or Hāwera, and then we have our New Plymouth teams. But in Taranaki Hockey, that's where they have all the information and all the events that happen. Especially if you're young, there's coaching opportunities. So they do development hockey, training at the turf. Lots of opportunities. You just got to reach out to Taranaki Hockey.
Awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Well, Erana, thanks so much for sharing your amazing journey with us. Just like the sport of hockey, you're showing heaps of toughness and resilience to hang in such a tough sport. And I'm sure your mama and papa and your whānau will be extremely proud of you. Thanks again for sharing your time with us, and we wish you well on the future.
Ngā mihi nui. Tēnā tātou.